Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 18 of the ADHD Gamer. I am one of your hosts, Michael McMahon, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Jonathan Franklin. How are you today, bud?
Hey guys, I'm good, man. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. It's late night here, and it's quite wonderful. I am feeling good on my fresh Coca-Cola and brand new pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts. I am doing wonderful today.
Yeah, that's totally heterosexual.
It is. I don't care. I love pumpkin spice shit. I'm basic and I love it.
Enjoying tea out of my Dragon Ball Z mug.
I actually would love a hot glass of tea, and I should have done that. That was I'm doing that right after this show.
Oh, okay.
These are
for sure, man.
I am.
Clear out the pipes after talking this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good.
My throat's been hurting anyway. Everybody's sick in my house.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking sucks.
But
are you the only one that hasn't gotten it yet?
Oh yeah, but let me teach you the good thing about working at Stericycle. You get immune to everything. I'm probably immune to HIV, my friend.
You've just been exposed to so much shit that you just whatever.
Yeah, 10 years of this shit.
Your own vaccine.
That's
great.
So wonderful story. After getting my koi fish sleep here, 12 hours later, I walked under a conveyor belt and got covered in blood. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How the fuck that happened?
There was our conveyor belt's always filled with blood, man. So I had to go get it's medical waste. So it's medical waste, man.
Fuck that, man. I'd panic.
I did.
I'd have had a goddamn stroke.
I did. I had to go get tested for 3 years. Every year I had to go get tested and make sure I was good. So it's fine now, but I had to go get tested for 3 years straight. Yeah, it was wonderful.
AIDS cocktail.
Oh yeah, and plus, back in the day, they used to give us this fat pill when you get exposed to a needle stick, anything like that. They give you this fat pill about that big, and this pill was basically, we called it a kill-all, and it would kill everything. We used to have a guy, dude. No bullshit. This is a good story, and I'm glad I'm online telling this story. We used to have a dude that worked for us. Would just go sleep with a bunch of women, and then when he knew he had something, he would stick himself with a needle.
Oh,
yep.
Shit.
Yep, he would stick him. He would get stuck. I've actually watched this dude say, and throw it down on the ground. I fully watched that with my eyes. Yep.
Dude, I'd punch that motherfucker in the face. Fuck that shit.
2013 or 2014 that happened, and he finally got caught after his third time, because that pill, you can imagine, it's expensive. You can imagine.
Yeah.
And they paid for it every time. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Well, it's crazy stuff that people would do back in the day. Yeah. Wonderful.
Fuck that.
Welcome to Stericycle. 10 years of my life.
Dude, straight up, I sat there and when I was a cop, and this woman, she blood, she spread all over my fucking arm. I had a fresh cut there. So I went to the hospital, and they're like, well, she's refusing to test, and she is claiming that she has AIDS, all this other bullshit. I'm like, oh, fuck. They're like, do you want to take the pill? Or do you want to do the cocktail? Well, fuck yeah. Well, let me just tell you before you do that, sir, that there's a 50-50 chance that you might have internal organ failure. What? Oh, yeah, you got to be pretty sure. You need to be pretty sure that you're going to get AIDS, because there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to have full organ failure. I'm like, it healed. It's been healed for 2 days-ish. So, I'm a wait. So far, no AIDS.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
We ended up, the stuff that, the pill they gave us, man, it was, what it would do is it would catch anything within a 2-hour radius of you. So if you were over 2 hours and you took it, you're fucking screwed. But it was anything within 2 hours. And where they would take you at is they would take you to Bartow. They would take you to Bartow Hospital. That was down there, Bartow Medical Center, whatever you want to call it. And they would go give it to you there. It was back in my early days. Good times. I feel so old talking about this shit because I've been here 10 years.
Fuck that,
yeah,
man.
Good times.
I wouldn't want to go to Bartow to fucking get anything done.
Bartow, dude, we've been in and out of Bartow every time I've been there. I did not mind Winter Haven. I did not like Winter Haven. Fuck Winter Haven.
But Winter Haven provides you at least decent medical care, whereas Bartow's whatever. You have no idea, man. My mom used to have to go to do shit for them, do their audits and stuff. She's like, don't ever go there. I'd rather you fly to fucking Tampa or go to Winter Haven, anywhere else except fucking Bartow, because they're a shithole.
Whoa.
No.
Welcome to ADHD Gamer, the shitty hospital podcast.
We got a lot of bitch about on this fucking
Oh
podcast,
yeah,
so
it's definitely worse than hospitals. But anyway, so once again, guys, welcome to the ADHD Gamer. This is episode number 18. We're just your normal video game podcast. You know how we are. If you've been listening to us by now, I shouldn't have to tell you this. We talk about the news every week. We give you what's new, blah, 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 all this good stuff. Shouldn't have to tell you that anymore because you've been watching and you love us so much. Because we barely love us, but you do, and that's thankful. If that's thankful of you. You can find us on podcast services everywhere, obviously. Yeah, we're Jonathan. There, almost. No, you were doing the whole thing. Okay, I'm proud of you. Thank you. So you can find us on Facebook, on YouTube. There you go. On Instagram. Hey, remember what I told you guys this week? Oh, hold on. Podcast services. All everywhere. We gotta get better at this. But anyway, here, point at the YouTube one. Point at the YouTube one. Point at the. There you go. Okay, remember, guys, that is not how you find our YouTube page, because you have to have 100 goddamn subscribers for this shit. So please go subscribe so we can make that our shit. Please
help us get 100 subscribers.
Yes, please. If we can get
it's the sign language for 100.
Oh, is that what that is?
100.
Oh, sweet.
Just one time.
I can tell some of my hood friends. Sweet. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. I learned something new today. So yeah, guys, go check that out. And like I said, subscribe so we can make that our link, so we can make that our URL and get all that other stuff in. But Jonathan's taking care of the Instagram page, so he should be getting that set up pretty soon. Pretty much, it's already set up, but we should be getting going. Excuse me. Facebook page is going as usual. And of course, podcast services, you find us everywhere. I actually listened to us last week, and it was wonderful. The audio quality was so much better.
It's like we just had a big bump up with this OBS stuff. I love it. I love it.
I'm learning and doing so. I'm so proud.
We're gonna put out a decent product eventually. That's gonna be great.
It took us long enough. It took us 20 episodes, but we learned it.
I think we can go back and watch our first episode of
us
just
my
sitting in our
God.
fucking living room.
That's gonna be one to remember. No, the intro video. The intro video is always gonna be the one to remember. The fucking cosplayed up.
Our overacting, fucking with each other.
Oh my
bullshit
God.
That we did.
Jesus, I learned that day I could not be a goddamn actor. Oh my God.
That was so awesome.
Oh my God. All right, man.
That's right, douche. Aha.
Ha. Douche bag.
Douche. Aha. That's awesome.
Let's hop into what we've been playing, man. Have you been playing anything great this week, man?
Observer, the free game that came out on Epic Game Store. I've been playing it. It's got like a survival horror, not a survival horror.
Survival thriller?
A psychological horror type thing, where it's kind of got like a Blade Runner theme. You're like this detective cop person. I haven't really gotten too far into it, but it is really kind of tripping me out. It's definitely future based. I really enjoyed it of what I've played, but the controls are a little kind of a pain in the dick.
You haven't beat it, have you?
Huh?
Haven't beat it?
Oh, certainly not.
Okay.
No, I've gotten probably about an hour and a half into it.
Okay, cool.
I literally just downloaded it a couple days ago. So
awesome.
That and Apex. And the new map and the new mode is fucking badass.
Oh, I haven't played it yet, man. I might do that. I might play a game after we get off here. I need to play a new mode and see how it is. Speaking of that, I'm sorry. Let me let you finish. Are you done with anything you've been playing? Is that basically all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's it. That's just
okay.
Apex and that.
So I beat Gears 5.
Oh, finally, cool.
Yeah, I finally found the time and finally sat down, the want to and the time to play it, and loved every single bit of it. You beat it, I'm guessing?
Oh, absolutely.
There will be, so spoilers, if you don't want the spoilers, skip 15 seconds ahead. There's going to be a 6.
Well, we know that.
Yeah. No, it hasn't been announced, but they're...
Well, they said it was going to be a trilogy.
No.
Way back.
No, they haven't said this new one's going to be a trilogy. They never said it was going to be a trilogy.
Oh, yeah. I could have sworn when they made the fourth one, when they were making the fourth one, they said they're going to do a whole new Gears trilogy.
I don't remember them saying trilogy, but they might have. I might have just
I mean, I may be wrong.
My mind's also old now, so I don't know. I'm damn near 40. Things happen, man.
I'm damn near 40, you lying motherfucker. Jesus. We just lost our only young viewer just now because
fuck that young person. Goddamn.
Fuck you in the ass.
Goddamn millennials.
Jesus.
Even though I'm a millennial.
I mean, technically
you are too, buddy. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, I am
technically
too.
You are too.
Like, dude, I'm so pissed off about that too, because like I'm right here on the cusp of being not a millennial.
You're on the cusp. On the cusp.
I was just born a little bit earlier. Motherfucker.
That
title.
So I've been playing. I played, like I said, I beat Gears, and then so if you didn't know, Fortnite went down last week. I have never honestly been into Fortnite. I talk so much shit about Fortnite, but have so much respect for it, but I talk so much shit about it. So I hopped into it Sunday or Monday, whenever day it came back online. I believe it came back online Tuesday, actually, was when it came back online, because it went offline for 36 hours, I believe, on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Something I want you to think about. I want you to make a number of how much you think Epic makes per day on Fortnite alone. Just on mobile.
Oh.
Just on mobile. Just on mobile.
On mobile, I would say in the millions.
1.3 million per day is what they make just on the mobile platform, meaning as in your phone, on your telephone, per day. That is what they make. So think about that.
Kids buying fucking loot boxes.
Think about. No, well, you don't get any loot boxes on there, buddy.
No. How's their pay?
It's all skins. It's all skins.
All skins.
All
just
skins.
Like
yeah.
Apex.
Yeah, it's all skins. So, and they've been like that for a while now. But the think about it, dude. You got Switch, Xbox One, PC, PS4. That should be it. So you got 4 other platforms. Think about, they probably make 7, 8, possibly 10 million a day, possibly more, probably more than that. Probably about 50 million a day, probably off of Fortnite alone. Epic's got so much money, they shut a game down that they've shut a multi-million-dollar game down for 36 hours. They have so much money, they're like, yeah, fuck you guys.
On purpose. On purpose.
When you get a chance, you really need to go watch videos of kids crying because their parents say they can't play. It's fucking hilarious. I fully felt
Epic
great.
Is doing the right thing with that game.
Yeah, dude, their marketing was amazing. That was when that Black Hole event. When I watched that shit, I was like, they do so many great live events with that.
Yeah.
And watching that was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? Oh shit, what's gonna happen next? Oh shit, what's gonna happen next? And then it was just like everything happened. I was like, oh my god, dude, this is so cool. Did you
see the robot versus the kaiju?
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, that was cool as fuck.
It was
super cool as fuck. They just keep adding all this stuff to it, and I wish I could enjoy the game, but they keep adding all this stuff to it, and they just really do a great job of keeping the gamers and giving them things that they deserve, and appreciating them. Like, not any other game does stuff like that.
Man, it's like I say, it's just funny because, you know, you hear these kids, like, these parents are going and taking, and of course parents, when I say parents, are like my age at this point, or possibly a little bit older, and going and taking videos of their kids crying because they can't get in the Fortnite servers. And I'm just, the whole time I'm watching these videos, I've just been laughing.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
That's exactly what I would do. It's hilarious because anybody that's of adult age knows that, okay, this is just a marketing stunt. They're not going to get rid of $50 million a day. But, but, you know, when you're that young, you're like, oh shit, it's over. Like, oh, what the fuck?
I like how literally, like, 2 hours after the game shut down, they started putting things out there like, don't worry, the game's gonna be coming back. Don't worry. There had to be like a dozen articles that I saw that said that. You know what have been like the most OG original gangster move that Epic could have ever done? Was just fully being like, yeah, we got enough money, fuck Fortnite, and shut Fortnite down. and fully just shut it down. With
if they would, oh my
scrolling
god,
banner
yes,
that just says thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for making us great. We're done. That would have been wonderful. I would have cried, and it would have been like, yep, this is why you guys do this, guys.
Signed for Fortnite.
Honey, these pumpkin pie Pop Tarts are amazing. I just wanted you to know. I know you don't care about my pumpkin status, but I love these. Okay. Anyway,
No, we're not. We're not trying to have a show or anything. It's cool, buddy. Whatever.
I can do what I want to on this show.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So can you?
Hold on,
bro.
I'll be back.
Go ahead. You can go snort some coke if you want to. Do it on the show if you want. I don't care. I'm not.
Hooker's ass.
Yeah, I'm not cutting it. I'm putting it on Pornhub when we're done.
Whoa, hey, buddy.
So that's
Dude, that image you shared earlier in the
which
week.
one? Oh,
that
the
kid wearing the taxi porn thing.
Oh yes.
Oh God.
Yes, that's. I don't know how. I thought you did. Were you being serious? You didn't know what. You didn't know what
I was
fake.
being serious.
You didn't know what fake taxi was. That's hilarious.
Dude, legit. I'm just staring. I'm like, it has to be the shirt.
A fake taxi,
It
man.
has to be something about the shirt.
Fake-
Give me a second. That dirty motherfucker. I knew it was about porn.
We would have got away with that when I was in school. But then they had what was the other one I shared? Did you see the Winnie the Pooh one? Oh, you froze. I'm not cutting this because it's great. Are you back?
Can you hear me though?
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Hello.
Stop talking for a minute. Hold 2 fingers up. Okay, I just want to see if I can make you do something. Good job.
You're such
Yes.
a fucking
Yes.
bitch.
Yes, you're back.
Are you
You're
talking
back.
about the one where the president of China is Pooh
No.
and he's
No.
fucking behind Piglet? No.
No,
Okay.
John, did you not see my Winnie the Pooh? It's called Pukaki. Did you not see it where Winnie the Pooh was
that
like
honeypot fucking thing. I made a comment to you about it too. Oh God!
Oh my
what was
God.
it I fucking said?
I wish we did thumbnails because that would be our thumbnail this week. I swear.
Oh.
I tagged Eric in it. I told Eric for his show he needs to put that as his thumbnail.
Did he?
He said he's gonna do it.
That's fucking
He's
hilarious.
Eric's gonna add it in there. The Pukaki. That's great.
If you can see it.
Oh, there it is. Yep, you can see it.
Yeah. And I said, "Careful, the president of China might get offended."
Eric's gonna take it. Eric's gonna take it and do it on their show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Oh, by the way, I know we were talking about that new South Park episode,
Yeah.
but Winnie the Pooh is featured heavily inside that, and it is worth it to watch it. Just so you know, just put it out there. If you guys out there haven't seen an ADHD gamer world, go and watch the new South Park episode about China. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna watch it.
We'll talk more about China in a minute, but
I'm gonna watch it. But anyway, also the last thing I've been playing, this new game come out from the company called the Farm 51. They also made Get Even. I was telling you about this before the show. Game called Chernobylite. Chernobylite is basically what they did was they went to Chernobyl and they 3D scanned basically almost all of Chernobyl, or the infected area, and dude, it's wonderful. I wish my graphics card could handle it. This game made me realize that it's probably time to upgrade.
is that really that much?
It's graphically, yeah, it's graphical. But it's beautiful, dude. Like I turned it on ultra, and like I said, I have a 1060. I have a 1063 gig. Mine's starting to push. It's starting to push where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can play that game on low, and I refuse to play it on low because of the fact of it doesn't deserve it. Like it deserves, because I want to be. Because from what the developers say, you're supposed to feel so immersed to where you feel like you're there. You feel like you're in Chernobyl because they 3D scanned it. They 3D scanned the whole thing. So they also, back in the day, I didn't know this, the same company made a VR experience of Chernobyl to where you could go to Chernobyl in VR and visit Chernobyl all around in VR. So that's how I know
that's awesome.
That's how I know that I was like, okay, yeah, they probably went and 3D scanned this whole goddamn place. And dude, it's great. And of course, you got Russian everywhere and everybody talking, and it's great. It's supposed to be like a thriller type kind of team management type, but you do have like it's like stealth features in there, building features, kind of a Fallout shelter, not Fallout Shelter, kind of a Fallout feel. You know how you built Sanctuary and you built your what were your dang your towns and all, yeah, your bases and all that. You can do the same thing in this. Yeah, man, it's a great little game. Like I said, when we get off the show here, we need to get your Steam share set up so you can see if you can play off mine. But
I really want to play that.
Yeah, it's in early access right now. It's a wonderful little game. So just remember when you're playing, there are bugs, and if you do decide to take this advice and play, just remember there are going to be bugs because it is in early access. I'm not sure when it's going to come out of early access. They have not said. There's supposed to be 8 hours of content right now you can play. I believe it's like the first couple missions and a couple other things of that nature. So make sure you check that out.
I love the whole Chernobyl story and
So do I.
everything else about it, and always wanted to visit there. I remember when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, and they had that level where you walked through and you snuck around in Chernobyl. Oh, I loved every minute of that.
I'm
Every
hoping
freaking minute of it.
I'm hoping the new one does that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the new one does take that Chernobyl level and do something with it. It comes out this week. I actually bought it today for pre-order, and I'm hoping that it does something like that in the storyline. I'm expecting this storyline to be so like indulging and to make you feel uncomfortable, because that's what it's supposed to do. The storyline is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable with the new one, and I'm waiting to see how that does for them. Because I mean, I personally love that, but I want to see how it goes, and I
think it'll go just fine.
I may pull a buddy of mine on the show and interview him about it, because my buddy Ryan was in the military, and he was over. I believe he got medically discharged, if I remember right. But I want to talk to him about it and see if it, how it did for him. Does it do anything for you? Does it bring anything, kind of what the PTSD thing, does it bring anything back to you, kind of thing. So I want to talk to him and see how he does. He did really well with like Battlefield and stuff. So I want to see if I want to talk to him, and I want to see how it goes. But yeah, that's basically what we've been playing here. I haven't been playing anything else. You ready to move on to go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the controversy of them making it a little more uncomfortable is not a problem for them or the Call of Duty series, because look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where they did the whole give the operative a fucking machine gun and they walk through a goddamn airport and just killing hundreds and hundreds of innocent civilians in an airport. And they got fired for it, but man, people bought the shit out of that game.
The thing about that, you're talking about the No Russian campaign.
There no Russian, yes.
The thing about that is, I don't know if you've ever known this, but you don't have to do that.
You don't have to. I know that.
Like, yeah, you can. Like,
there's
you can.
An option in the beginning of the game.
I never knew that. No, not in the beginning of the game. You can literally turn around and just not do it.
Well, I know you can walk through it without killing anybody, but I know there's also in the beginning of the game or somewhere in the settings that you can change it to where that scene doesn't even come up. So
I was young when I played that, so I don't think it really bothered me much. But I was also
it didn't either.
It was also but see, I'm also the same type that knows difference between video game and not doing shit in real life.
It made me a little uncomfortable. I think I killed one person that was an innocent.
I'm not gonna lie, I mauled the whole damn crew down.
But I'm talking about the first time I played it through.
Me too. I probably mauled the whole crowd down in it. I'm not gonna lie, just because I thought that's what you had to do, but because there was nothing telling you, don't do this. You don't have to do this. You have to shoot. Not that I'm not sick in the head or anything, but that's how I play games. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. So
I had known that you could skip it and it wasn't important before I played it too. So
I mean, I feel like a lot of that comes back down to the same thing of, if you obviously are not right in the head, or somebody that takes care of you or something is not right in the head, you shouldn't be playing it, obviously, because you might get ideas from it. Am I saying that people don't get ideas from games like this? No, I mean, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Like I'll tell you a big one. What was the movie there was a movie with Denzel, Inside Man. When I watched Inside Man with Denzel Washington, where the way they robbed that bank, I was like, oh my God, if I was going to rob a bank, that's the way. That put an idea of robbing a bank in my head. Not going to lie, because
you went out and robbed a bank?
I did not, but I did. But I thought about it because of that. Because that movie, I mean, it was like, man, that was so easy how they got in there. It was one of them things. It's going to put ideas in your head, but it doesn't mean you follow through with it, because you don't do it. You know,
Right.
you know, it's just how it is. I mean, it's entertainment. You know, it's just a form of entertainment. It's how it is. So,
I mean, that kind of stuff you can easily argue that if somebody was going to do something like that, it wasn't the video games. It was
yeah,
something they were going to do anyway. You
they
know?
already had it in their mind.
Right. And
Yeah.
there's nothing in a video game that has been reenacted per se that I can think of off the top of my head like that. So
No, I don't think so.
nothing has pulled a direct relation from a video game that they went and shot. You know.
Yeah.
Now people have made claims like, "Oh, I did it because of video games," trying to get off on shit.
Yeah, just trying to get off on themselves, basically trying to say they didn't do it. Basically trying to,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for
Not
here?
my
Trying
fault,
to
scapegoat.
there you go. That's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hop into the news. Welcome to ADHD Gamer Podcast, where we tell you all about mental health. Which, to be honest, we probably could.
Oh, I know I can.
I can tell you it's quite a bit of mine, at least.
Well, we're talking personal versus professional training.
Oh, I can't do professional training.
I got both.
I can do you personal easily, because I can tell you everything that's fucked up in my head right now. Our first story here. Are you ready to go in the news, John? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you. Okay, buddy. Okay. Our first news story here is Google Stadia has finally announced their date that they'll be coming on for the premiere and for the what's their big edition called? Premiere and what was their Founders Edition? Their premiere, yeah. Their premiere and Founders Edition. It'll be coming on November 19th. This story comes to us from The Verge by Sean Hollister. So if anybody remembers, your Founders Edition was $130 at launch, and you would get a controller, your Google Ultracast. You would also get, you would get the Ultracast. You would also get 3 months, or is it 3 months of? Yes, it's 3 months of of Stadia Pro, and 3 months of Stadia Pro to give to a friend. And then they came out with the Premier Edition. Not here in the U.S. We never sold out, but over in Europe, and you also got to pick your name in the Founders Edition. That was a big thing for them. I remember us talking about that. Over in Europe, they came out with the Premier Edition that only gave you the controller and the Ultracast, and then 3 months of Stadia Pro, but that was it. So on November 19th, you guys will be able to play with that, and I'm still just kind of glad I didn't go, walk into this. I continue to walk back my statement of the first time we did this of, Google will take over the video game industry, but I don't at the same time, because they could if they wanted to. They have the money, and they could if they did everything right and the tech works and everything's solid. They could, them and Microsoft are the only people doing this right now, as far as we know. They could eventually, but here's the thing, I think the only thing I don't like about Stadia is I need you to tell me if this makes sense to you, because I thought about this, and I'm ignorant when it comes to things. I'm not the business person. Their business model doesn't make sense to me. And when I mean business model, I mean them having the games. Okay, so you get Stadia for free, basically. 1080p 60 you get for free. But you still have to buy games. What I mean by business model of, if they would have been a Netflix of games and been like, hey, you pay us $10, $20 a month, you get all of these games that you can play on Stadia for free. And we'll even throw in every now and again a new game, or blah, 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 blah. That's what I mean by their business model. I don't like their business model that they have right now going on. So supposedly, John, this is supposed to be Stadia's confirmed game list, as far as we know. From Bandai Namco, you got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Bethesda, of course, Doom Eternal was delayed till March, Doom 2016, Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Bungie, Destiny 2. Capcom is TBD. CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077, which is not going to be a launch title, obviously, because it's coming out in April next year. Coatsink Get Packed, that's a Stadia exclusive. That was that packing game you guys seen. Codemasters, you got Grid. Deep Silver Metro Exodus, which I'm kind of weirded out that Deep Silver didn't put the original Metro Redux on there. That would have made a lot of sense. .emu, Windjammers 2, Drool, Thumper, Electronic Arts, TBD, Giant Software, Farming Simulator 19, Gwen Frey, Kine, Larian Studios is going to have Baldur's Gate 3 on there. Inway Games, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. That's going to be a fighting game, so I'd like to see how that plays on there. Robot Entertainment's going to have Orcs Must Die 3. Rockstar Games is launching Red Dead Redemption 2 on there. Sega is Football Manager 2020, SNK, Samurai Showdown. Square Enix is Final Fantasy 15, Marvel's Avengers, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Super Hot Team is Super Hot Mind Control Delete. 2K Games, NBA 2K20, and Borderlands 3. Tequila Works is Guilt, which is a Stadia exclusive, which I do want to play that. Not going to lie, Guilt looked really good, and I do want to play that. And I love the Tequila Works studio. Warner Brothers is Mortal Kombat 11. Once again, another fighting game. Would like to see how that is. THQ, Darksiders Genesis, and Destroy All Humans, and then we got Ubisoft, which their pretty much whole library is going to be on there. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Gods and Monsters, Just Dance, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Tom Clancy's Division 2, Trials Rising, The Crew 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. So I've been talking a good amount, John. I'll let you go ahead and talk a little bit here. What are you thinking about this here?
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with you, buddy. I'm not sure I trust it enough to jump, balls deep into it. The games list seems a little limited, especially for what I want at launch. I feel like these other systems are gonna, like the Xbox Scarlet and stuff, are gonna have so much more for us available. I'm just not seeing it at the moment. Basically, not seeing that I want to be on it.
There's a comment in this article that says, basically, would you pay $130 to play Destiny 2? Because it's basically all you're going to have day one. Yeah. And is it a good game to have on there? Oh yeah, it's an awesome game. Is it a game on there? Is it a good game for you to test out the tech and make sure it works? Oh yeah, wonderful thing. But do you need to be part of that? No, you can always look online and see people's latency tests and all that good stuff and check and see how they feel about it. Me, I'm going to wait till the press talks and they're like, okay, let's see what happens here. And Google's always been big on their controller. Our controller talks, basically they've said that the Stadia controller talks to the servers and gives you the least latency that you're going to get, which I'm still kind of weirded out on how that's going to work. But then, if you can play with the Xbox One or DualShock or whatever you want to controller, but they're saying there's still going to be more latency than you would if you had the Stadia controller. So like I said, guys, November 19th, we'll see. We will definitely check up on it. John, I know you will. I will as well. Because I know you talked about getting a Pixel 3.
Well, that's out of the picture actually right now because now I have an iPhone 11.
Oh, you ain't got one? Okay.
Well, it was one of those things where someone else in my plan was getting it, and excuse me,
oh, that's right. They shut your phone off last week, didn't they? I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I was pissed as fuck. But they had a deal where it was buy one, you get the second one free. So they gave me the second one. There's nothing to argue about as far as that goes. Well, yeah, just give me an iPhone 11.
Yeah, you can't you can't argue with that.
No. So
actually, I think
I'm sure it'll be just as good.
I'm actually thinking I'm going to go do that as well because my brother wants an iPhone 11 for Christmas, and that might be a good idea for my mom so she can buy him one and give me the other one for free. That would be a wonderful idea.
For sure. I'm just getting used to that. The no button home button's been fucking with me a little bit.
I don't know. I've got an 8. I've got an 8 Plus, and I mean that's got that weird ass button. It's not an actual button; it's just a touch button type thing, but it still feels like a button. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the no button thing because I play around with my wife's 10R or 10X. I forgot which one she has, and it's kind of like, oh shit.
I went into the little, they got the little tips app or whatever, and kind of just did a quick review of the essentials, and it figured out how to use the home part, how to just automatically go to home, all those things I used the button for, and it's actually easier. It's actually not that bad. It doesn't take very long for you to adjust to it. So
sweet.
No big deal. No big deal at all.
Sweet. I'll check that out. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much Google Stadia there. John, you got anything else to say about the Stadia? About anything about Stadia?
No. I don't. I think that's it, man. I wanna love it. I'm not ready to put my heart into it.
Yep, that's about how I am. I think my main reasoning, you might be the same way I am. The main reasoning I'm not ready to put my money into it, but I might be ready to put money into xCloud,
Mhm.
Microsoft's xCloud, is because my digital library on my Xbox is already so big.
Yeah.
So if they're telling me that I can play my games from my console, then yeah, that's if I'm at work, for instance, and
Hmm.
I feel like I want to run a quick mission while I'm on lunch or something, and I can do that off my phone.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is turn my console on and turn it off for me. Then yeah, I'm going to do that. What bothers
Think about
me?
all those games of gold that you probably have
Yeah,
sitting in your
I
freaking
do.
library from years and years, you know?
I have a shitload.
Same.
uh,
Same.
I have a shitload. All
All
right,
right.
go.
You want me
Let's
to move on?
Yeah, go ahead and move on to this next story for us.
Okay. This is a quick one. Uh, Vampire Masquerades Bloodlines 2 has been officially delayed. It was supposed to be released first quarter of 2020. Now we do not have a date for it.
It'll launch.
Possibly end of the year, maybe
Yeah.
next 2021. We'll have something. Uh, but they said that they didn't think they were going to have the game ready. That's pretty much the whole thing on it. And they wanted to give a great product. It's a loved game. The original didn't had some issues with it as well, so they didn't want that same issue. And here we go. They're delaying the game to give you a good product. So I'm okay with this. I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to play it, but once again, I mean, who's playing in first quarter, honestly? So
Well, I
I
mean,
just
there's
I just
there's
I just leave it.
it's
I've
kind of
got way too much.
yeah, it's kind of good too because there's so many games first quarter anyway. If you look at the game releases, there's so many. Um, this kind of happens before every new console comes out. The end of the generation is so big, and 8 months before the new consoles released, they put out so many games because they're trying to just get as much money as they can in those first 2 quarters, and it's right now it's probably smart, honestly, of them to do. I mean, it's smart of them to do this anyway. I think take as much time as you need if you can make a better game. They've always said one of the I've never played Vampire the Masquerade, by the way, but from what I've heard from everybody, from reviews, when I've looked at it, when you first told me about it, I went and looked at, because I bought it on GOG on
Mm-hmm.
and I bought it for $4.99, and I was gonna play it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the thing, and I still plan on playing. The thing they say is that it's the reason it was so bad was because, or so janky, was because of the fact that it released early, and they didn't wait and delay it and keep doing it. So I think this is a wonderful idea, especially for the fans of this game. I think this is a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful thing.
Oh, absolutely, man. So, yeah, I'm good with it. Just make sure you give us the right thing. And the thing I hate about I hated first quarter games anyway, just because literally fourth quarter games is all put there early December, late November, and you have a stacked fucking Christmas library of games that you had that you need to get through, that you need the whole first quarter, January, February, to get through. And when they really pack in new games that you really want, you just end up like we always do with a big stack of games that you haven't fucking played and probably are
Yeah.
never get to.
Yeah,
But
you just end up with a massive backlog of games that you're never going to
yeah,
play, and you always say
exactly.
you always say you're going to get to them, and you never do.
But then they end up getting old, and you're just like, I got a new game that come out. I don't
Yeah.
want to go play the old ones that I've
Yep.
got sitting. So anyway, that's all I got on that one.
Okay.
So
Next thing here, are you familiar with a company called Riot Games?
yes, I am. I've heard of
Okay.
them before.
Riot Games they should be called Riot Game because for a long time for the longest time since they've been out, they have only made League of Legends. Now they have came out and said they have been working on other games. Of course, they've released Team Fight Tactics recently. Team Fight Tactics is their auto. They call it an auto battler, but basically an auto chess. That will be coming to mobile and will offer cross-play support with PC.
Nice.
The next thing they talked about was they Riot released like a massive video on YouTube a couple days ago, and it basically Shit, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Basically, it was a League of Legends 10-year anniversary, and they came out with a video of all the games they have talked about. So I'm just gonna run through them here real quick. Of course, Teamfight Tactics is coming to mobile. You got a League of Legends Wild Rift, which is a console and phone versions of League of Legends, phone version of League of Legends coming out. Legends of Runeterra, it's a League of Legends card game. Project L, it's a League of Legends fighting game. Project A is their team tactical shooter Overwatch like, which will be its own thing. It will not have any League of Legends characters in there. And then Arcane, which is their new League of Legends basically animated series basically. I love what Riot's. I used to love playing League. I actually talked about going back and playing again. I'm horrible in MOBAs, but I love playing it. I love the fact that all of their games besides Project A here is going to be in the universe of, because these characters are so well known by people now. Riot makes more money than God every year with League. So I mean, well, they do, dude. They're almost like Epic at this point. They make so much money off of League, it's not even funny, dude. I mean, you look at the esports for League. They also talked about what they call it, a League of Legends esport manager. So you're going to manage an esport team that's playing League. For people that like management games, they have those all over the place. So that's, I mean, just the stuff they've been working on is cool. And if you're a League fan, like I said, I'm not a massive League fan, but I've always played and I liked it. And I think it's going to be cool, man. I'm kind of excited to check out some of these in the following years. You ever played League, John?
I have not. I just hear a bunch of people talking about it all the fuck time, to be honest with you. People have tried to explain it to me, get me to play it with them, and I come up with the excuse of, listen, I don't got time to play that shit, okay? But I mean, it sounds like an interesting game. It's just not something that I don't think it's going to be my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's probably not. If you don't play MOBAs, it's not my cup of tea. I only go play when my friends are playing, and when they're on there, I play a little bit with them, and then I get off. I'm still, it's kind of like Apex for me. I play a little bit of Apex every now and again, and if I hate playing with random people, I'm one of those people. I have to talk to someone. I hate it, and I mean, Apex, I found like 2 people on there besides you, obviously, that I've played with on PC that I talk to, and it's wonderful because then people actually talk to me in the game. But another one I forgot is a game they got is another one they got. They're calling Project F. Project F, from what I guess in an email to Polygon, the game was described as a project that explores the possibilities of traversing the world of Runeterra with your friends. So it may be an MMO, possibly a League of Legends MMO in that world, possibly. That's what it sounds like to me, kind of. So yeah, guys. I mean, they're basically giving you, if you're a Riot Games fan, period, they're basically giving you a game of every genre right here. They're giving you Teamfight Tactics, which is your auto battler, like I said, or auto chess, whatever you want to call it. You also got Wild Rift, which is the console and phone version of League. Legends of Runeterra, your card game, your fighting game in Project L, your team tactical shooter in Project A. John, you might actually like that one. That one you may actually like. You need to. In this article here that I have from The Escapist, this is by Michael Cripe from The Escapist. If you actually, when we possibly get done, watch this video of Project A. This is their tactical FPS announcement video, and you might actually like this. This has nothing to do with League of Legends. This is their own thing. They're gonna have their own characters. It's basically like, it's an Overwatch clone. They're gonna have their own characters. They're gonna have their own basically their own set of skills and everything. So you might want to check that one out. That one you'd probably be interested in. And I have a feeling that all of these will be free. The reason I say that is because League of Legends is free. You basically pay for stuff you want. You don't have to pay for anything. As far as I know, in League, you can just play. So I have a feeling that every single one of these will be free.
Well, that's good, because I need some sort of Overwatch hole to fill.
Yes, so do I. Especially because, oh, well, I guess we can talk about that in a minute. Yeah. So this will be, so that's all of Riot's new stuff, guys. Go check that out. And, yeah, I'll be checking out a couple of these. So go ahead and move on to this. I'll tell you what, John, before we do these 2 here, these next 2, why don't we talk about the launch event?
Okay, we'll start with the launch event. So if you've had your head stuck in the ground for recently, unless you've had your head stuck in the ground, you have heard a shit ton about Hong Kong. Even you've heard it from us. Um, China basically doing Blitzchung dirty, or I'm sorry, Blizzard basically doing Blitzchung dirty,
Okay. I'll
but
say
it's
you can say
basically
that.
done through China. Um, China has a lot of stock in a lot of our companies over here, and they are using that relationship to suppress information and really kind of hurt people over here and force their communism upon us.
Hey,
So, kind of,
hey,
what's that?
free Hong Kong.
Free Hong Kong, free Hong Kong. Uh, but some of the updates we have on that is the Blizzard launch event for Overwatch for coming out on the Switch. Because of the protests, they shut down the launch event. They still released the game, but they shut down the launch event. And good.
Okay. I was trying not to interrupt you. I would also like to say, in Nintendo's article, I want to be very clear that Nintendo basically said this was Blizzard's doing. Nintendo wants nothing to do with this. They specifically said this was because of Blizzard, because they want nothing to do with this shit.
Nope.
Please continue.
So yes, Nintendo didn't really do anything wrong, but Blizzard is continuously fucking themselves on this. I mean, legitimately fucking themselves.
So that Overwatch Switch event was in New York, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe it was in New York. Correct. So,
And they canceled it and did all that good stuff, and then they came out, and I remember telling you last week that I call it Overswitch. The Overswitch pre-orders were getting canceled, basically.
yeah, lots of cancels on that.
Because of this situation. It's just so funny how they keep kicking themselves in the ass, man.
Well, we've seen these events popping up recently, kind of like the Storm Area 51, where it's Storm BlizzCon, where people are setting up to protest at BlizzCon wearing Winnie the Pooh outfits. And if you don't know anything about that, that is a small group of students in Hong Kong compared the president of China to Winnie the Pooh, and he banned Winnie the Pooh in China. Period. In the story. Not allowed back there. All because he got made fun of. Fucking Jesus, really? Come on, buddy. So a small group caused that kind of thing, and if you can get that, gives you kind of an idea of the level of control that they have over there. So I'm really, if I had the money, I'd fly up to BlizzCon and wear a Winnie the Pooh thing. I probably don't have to do too much, but that's all good.
Just put a hat on.
Just put a hat on. Just wear a red shirt.
Yeah,
My genitals just hanging the fuck out.
Just let them hang.
Just let them hang.
Tuck it back.
This is for China.
Just tuck them back, man. Just tuck them back.
Just tuck them.
Tuck them. Yeah, tuck them.
Let them hang out the backside.
Any guy, if there's any ladies that watch our show, any guy that ever tells you they've never tucked their balls and dick back to let you to see what it looks like is a fucking liar. Just letting you know. Anyway.
La, la, la.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about, my friend.
Oh my god. So I need to go off topic real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you ever look on Facebook and when you're scrolling?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say look at my dick.
No. Do you ever scroll on Facebook and when you're scrolling, you see these memes of stuff that, like a meme of something like, for instance, you know how, did you ever do this when you were a kid? When you ride in the car and the window's down, you put your hand out the window and do this?
Oh yeah, do that. Yep.
I honestly thought I was the only fucking person that ever did that, and then I seen that on Facebook, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? People actually do this? This is awesome. Like, you ever? That's
Mike's
what I mean.
Over
though.
here thinking he's an innovator.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that you never looked on Facebook and you're like, oh my god, I thought I was the only person that did that shit.
Yeah,
I see that all the time. Like I seen something today, but I forgot what it was, and I was like, anyway, that's off topic. But I found that funny. But anyway, yeah, with this bullshit, this launch event that came out, and actually the bad part about it is, from what I've heard from our good friend Mr. Eric Phelan, friend of the show, he actually said it doesn't run horrible. He actually said it runs pretty good on Switch, but then you've got a bunch of people that come out and say that it runs horrible on Switch. But Eric said no problem. He said it's ran great as far as he's been told. He was going to cancel his pre-order, and then he was like, nah man, they already got my money, fuck it, I guess I'll just go ahead and keep the game. He pre-ordered it, and then this happened. He's like, fuck, I didn't cancel. So Fuck it. They already got my money.
Dude, I'm already on that bandwagon. I've joined like all these protester bullshit just to see the updates on it because it's interesting.
It is.
But
It's a very
yeah,
it's a very interesting dumb. And the bad part about it is, I mean, if it doesn't tell you how interesting it is, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories today, and 3 of them are about this. So, and you know, our big one last week, our episode was called "Banned in China" because of how dumb, how dumb this is. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, man. The next one is something we talked about last week. Actually, something I tried to tell you about, and I was right with American University. But this is something that cracks me up because I'm so glad these kids took a stance and did this because it's right. It's the right way. And just to give a quick heads up, one of these kids has actually already quit playing Hearthstone and has now moved on to another game because
to the competitor.
To another competitor. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was the one that they had talked about last week. Was it which one? It wasn't Gods and Monsters. Whatever the one that offered the Blitzchung, I believe that was the one that he went to. Anyway, go ahead and hop into this next one, John.
So students at American University, the college team playing Hearthstone, was banned for 6 months for showing support for Hong Kong. It was a simple statement of "we support Hong Kong," basically, and Blizzard, doing damage control, says, "Oh, nope, boom, you're gone." I really like that these guys did this, and they stuck to their guns on it.
The sign said "Free Hong Kong, boycott Blizz."
Yeah, there we go.
And because of it cracks me up because these 3 kids done this because it's one of them things to where, Blitzchung was in China when this happened. Okay. So yes, obviously something's going to happen with that. We're here in America. So let me say it and let me see what happens. And then nothing happened to them. And they're like, okay, see, nothing happened to us because we're here in America,
Absolutely.
And then, now Blizzard's looking at this like, fuck, we have to do something to these kids. We have to, because there's no way we can get away from that. There's no way Blizzard's going to pull this foot out of their ass. They're always going to be remembered for this now. This is always.
By the way, these articles were brought to us by IGN, written by Matt Kim. So,
yeah, this is a thing I don't think they'll ever be able to live this down. I honestly think they might end up losing a lot of sales from people.
I think they're going to do really bad with this. So, and Blizzard's getting most of the heat for it, Yeah,
and you know what's shitty is I don't know if this is more of a Blizzard thing or if this is more of an Activision thing. Because of Activision owning Blizzard, I don't know if this is. I don't even know if this is more of a Blizzard thing more than Activision. I think Activision's just the big of like. The saddest part of this is that a Chinese company, like we talked about, Tencent. Tencent only owns like 5% of that company. They own like 40% of Epic, and you see what Tim Sweeney said with Epic. So they own 100% of Riot Games, and if you didn't see this, I forgot to add this story in. But Riot Games came out this week and sent an email to all of their big professional players and streamers and told them that basically don't do this, ahead of time.
Really?
So they're jumping out ahead of it to be like, hey, don't do this. We don't want to have to do this to you guys. Don't do this. So they jumped out in front of people and told them immediately, don't use our platform for protests, basically, is what they said.
Wow. Basically. Well, that is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like Activision's probably up there being the puppet pulling the strings. That makes sense to me, where they're like, listen, Blizzard, you're going to have to take the fucking heat on this. We may, this may collapse you, but that's okay. You're us. So we just absorb you, and it's not a big fucking deal. However, we don't want that heat, but it needs to be taken care of. So Blizzard, guess what? We want your name on it, but really you're just under our umbrella, so fuck it. I feel like that's probably a good idea of what's going on there, because Activision being technically, I guess, the bigger company per se, the mother company.
God, it cracks me.
Essentially.
Man, just sitting here looking at some of these photos and looking at some of this stuff, it cracks me up of like Blizzard, come on now. Like, y'all are a big company. You have beloved fans. If you don't know you have beloved fans, you're still charging people a monthly subscription to play WoW when there are so many free-to-play MMOs that could be better than WoW. And you're still charging people, and they still pay it. my friend Sam's mom has probably paid for WoW for over shit since it came out. Think about how much money that is, man. You know,
Hmm.
and of course you're always going to have those people that do love Blizzard and they don't know, they don't listen to the news or report the news or something like we do, so they don't know about any of this happening behind closed doors. You
Yeah.
know, they're just gonna be dumb to it and still play because they love the game, and that's good. But the people I feel sorry for the most out of this whole situation, besides of course Blitzchung and the American University kids,
Hmm.
is the Blizzard developers, the Blizzard devs that work there. I feel
Yeah.
so bad for the people because now they're in this. They're in this because they're part of a company that's shitty. You know,
Hmm.
I feel so bad for them. And we talked about the protest, the walkout.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know,
The, one thing I would thank Blizzard for is Blizzard and the NBA and everything. You brought this information to us technically with your bullshit. You
yeah,
know, you showed us that, hey, this kind of shit's going on in Hong Kong, folks. Just FYI. I mean, it was kind of came in a backhanded way, but now we're supporting Hong Kong. You know, we're supporting those protests, and they're getting bigger. I just read an article the other day. Give you another idea is one of the leaders of some of the protests just had some random people come up to him and start beating him with hammers. Nobody knew who it was or what happened. He's a bloody mess on the fucking floor. But some people just randomly come up to him, beat him with hammers. Like, that was probably the fucking government. That was
oh yeah,
probably the
oh
president and
definitely,
all that other shit. Just
oh
sent some
definitely,
rando fucking, and they kind of go into that a little bit in the South Park thing. Like people are just sent to go attack these people that are causing uprisings and things.
yeah.
So
I
it.
mean, think of all the bullshit that China's done that we can talk about.
Oh
Think
fuck
of
yeah.
the way they treat their people. Think of the way just think about all this shit.
Mhm.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to think that we live so free over here, as free as we can, obviously, and we
Mhm.
live so free over here, and we can. I'm not gonna say you can say what you want to, but you can basically do anything as long as you don't do it the wrong way. Kind of thing. If that makes sense, I don't know if I'm explaining this right,
You're right.
but to go live in an area, a communist nation like that, and to be told what you're going to do, and to be told, to become told, hey, you better not have more than two kids, because if not, we're going to kill the third one, blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
It's kind of crazy to think that, man. It's weird. But, man,
This really kind of compiles it too. Like you see these protests and you start remembering those facts. You remember the little things you've heard over the years about this, that, and the other, and like, holy fuck, China really is kind of a fucked up
yeah.
place.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know,
And I mean, you talked about the NBA, and you look at the thing that just happened with the NBA, and you got
fucking
some,
LeBron,
yeah, I was actually just about to talk about LeBron.
fucking LeBron.
Dumbass, ignorant motherfucker, man. You want to come out and say you might want to read up on talking to the Houston Rockets, Houston Rockets guy. I forgot if it was. I don't know if there was. I would think it was their head coach.
Mm.
You may want to read. Might need to read up on stuff. No, LeBron, you might need to read up on stuff, homeboy. Like you need to check on these things that you think is so good over there in China. If just because y'all are like superstars over there, which you are here too, but
Yep.
you're even more of a superstar over in China. It's crazy, man. It's this world we live in is crazy.
I read something where he had actually shared some support way back for the Hong Kong protesters, but now because he's got had to go over there and do make some money,
Yeah,
he was like, "No, hold up now.
yeah. You're gonna lose
Let's
money.
not get too fast on this, all right?
They
Now,
know.
there are people too."
Well, I mean, Tencent. The Houston Rockets stuff was taken off the internet. The Houston Rockets
Yeah.
merchandise was taken off the internet. Tencent basically is the company that owns the streaming rights of the NBA in China. They shut that down. Now it's back up. Both those things are back up now. But it's crazy to think that happened just because of somebody saying something it's so fucking weird.
It,
Oh
it
God.
and it's really like honestly, it is affecting our own freedoms in our way. They're actually by the president over there sending that information to us saying, "Hey, well, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to get this off, whatever." He's basically doing the same thing here as it is there. They're editing articles, they're redacting people from shit. That's their own personal way of enforcing slavery on us, kind of thing,
Yeah.
and controlling how we live. and we're fucking Americans, and we will beat our goddamn chest and say, "No, the fuck you're not," in a big redneck voice. And hey,
In a big redneck
in a
voice.
big redneck voice, I got my fucking shotgun for you, China. You know, it,
China.
it, but that's how we are, isn't it?
True.
We are fucking rebels as
America.
America. Not to get fucking political as crazy, but we are rebels as a fucking country,
America.
and that's why we protest all the fucking time. That's why we get out there and fucking act like crazy assholes, because we're rebels. We were born that way. We threw tea in a fucking middle of a goddamn lake or an ocean because we were pissed off at somebody who was doing same shit. So, but anyway,
Hey John.
that's it.
Hey John.
Yeah,
America.
America, America,
That-
wave my flag and smoke my pot leaves.
I think I just got our title of this episode.
America.
No, America, wave our flags and smoke our pot leaves. That is our title of this episode.
That's fucking amazing.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, but man, let's just go ahead and move on to this last one. Of course, here's
All right.
here's
There-
another story, but this one's good. I like this one.
So some of our senators wrote a letter to Blizzard, and I'm going to actually list their names out. Senator Ron Wyden is a Democratic of Oregon. Senator Marco Rubio from our home state, Florida, Republican. Uh, Obviously, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat from New York. Mike Gallagher, Republican from Wisconsin, and Tom Malinowski, Democratic senator from New Jersey, wrote a joint letter addressed to Robert Kotick, specifically regarding Blizzard's recent actions toward Blitzchung.
Just a heads up, everybody. Bobby Kotick, Robert Kotick, Bobby Kotick is his name. Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Blizzard right now. Go ahead.
Yes. So this was a letter basically sharing their concerns and how they treat the gaming industry, and they were very basically saying they're disappointed, and mentioned specifically the chilling effect on gamers who seek to use their platform to promote human rights and basic freedoms. I think it's awesome that senators even wrote gamer in a fucking letter, to be honest with you.
Correct.
But that's cool as shit. But they wrote this letter to Blizzard and basically, admonishing them for their actions and how they're treating their consumers, and bowing down to China just to make a fucking dollar. So that was a good thing, and I'm really glad that some of our Congress is actually getting in and saying something, because obviously we're having a little bit of backlash, because if you knew anything, Trump was kind of like, whoa, there were several different things that have gone on. They're like, oh well, our assets and our money and blah blah blah, blah. Fuck off with that bullshit.
What I love about this story right here is the fact of, once again, I want everybody to know before I even make a statement on this, that I am the most ignorant person in the world when it comes to politics. Mm-hmm. So I love the fact of Democrats and Republicans coming together for this, Absolutely. Because it's always we always talk about, like, when Microsoft and Sony come together to do something, it's wonderful, because it's like a partnership. It's a partnership of hate. They hate each other, but they respect each other. Yeah. Democrats and Republicans always hate each other, from what I see. Of course, I don't know, because I don't pay attention to politics, because I fucking hate them, and that's just how I am. But anyway, I'm part of the problem, whatever you want to call it. I love the fact that they come together and write this letter because they believed in that, and that's awesome. That's all I want to say.
I mean, we really need that as a nation, to be honest with you, is just remembering, hey, other people's opinions matter too.
Yeah.
Why don't we work together and come to a compromise? But whatever. But I am really glad to see that we're doing this, and maybe this is something that may help unify the nation a little bit. Everybody's going to get on board and can have a common cause to fight against for a little bit, at the very least. So we don't know. Hopefully Hong Kong gets their freedom, and we start seeing shit with China start to change.
I agree.
I do not agree with them trying to control us, a completely different country. They can fuck off with that bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Especially what I like is trying to control companies that were
yeah,
brought up in this country,
yeah,
in a country of democracy. They were brought here. They were brought up here. This is where they started. Here's my thing. Yes, are you losing 15% of your revenue? Yes, you sure are. But once again, you should be like, where's our morals stand at? Where do our American morals stand at? Where do our people? I don't even want to say our American because that sounds very racist. But where is our company, like our employees? There you go. Where is our employees' morals? Where do they stand? Blizzard as a company, if they were to get together and say, you know what, guys, all of our employees here, tell us how you feel about this situation, and they all get together and they say, oh, I'm sure they'll hear all of their employees say, yeah, you fucked up, and that's
oh, absolutely.
And I mean, if you can't tell by the walkout last week, obviously, then yeah, you fucked up. That's what I take from this. But
We need to come up with a cool name like ChinaGate or something, ChinaGate 2019.
I like ChinaGate.
I like ChinaGate.
I like ChinaGate.
So, future articles about Blizzard and China will be called ChinaGate from now on. Do I get a hear here?
Here.
Hear here. All right, cool. Now on, ChinaGate.
We should trend that on. We should trend that. We're gonna trend that. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. We're gonna trend that. It's gonna be trending. Hashtag trending, if you will.
Hashtag trending.
So let's hop into Budget Gamer. All right. So this week now until October 24th is Alan Wake's American Nightmare and Observer. Jonathan talked about playing a little bit of Observer. Alan Wake's American Nightmare is I think it was almost like a DLC pack for Alan Wake. To me, better than the original, better than Alan Wake. So check that out.
I'll definitely be playing that. I'll be hopping back and forth between that and Observer.
Agreed.
For sure.
So October 24th to October 31st is Layers of Fear Masterpiece Edition and Cube 2. Jonathan, Cube, this is the game, you won't remember this, but probably our second episode. We talked about stuff that we had been playing, and I talked about Cube. Cube, the original, is a little puzzle game that when you get this, check it out for about 10 minutes and see if you like it.
I think I know what it is, but
yeah, Cube's a little fun little puzzle game, and I loved it. I enjoyed it.
It's kind of got like a Portal look to it, like
yes.
First person. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm pulling up now. Yeah. I remember.
It's a wonderful little game. New game releases. Beholder 2 for PS4, October 22nd.
Raging Loop, PS4 and the Switch in the US, October 22nd.
Tangle Tower, PC, Switch, October 22nd. Tangle Tower is also right now on Apple Arcade, if anybody cares. It's actually a really good game, a really enjoyable game. Go ahead.
WWE 2K20 is going to be out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, October 22nd.
Have you seen any of the screenshots of this game?
I have not.
It looks
fucking
I used to
play.
Horrible.
Really?
Horrible.
Oh, man.
This is also, let me also remind everybody, I don't think that Ukes, which is the original company who has been making WWE 2K and all the original wrestling games for probably close to 20, 25 years now at this point, I don't believe they were the ones making this. So this game looks horrible. Go check out screenshots. Cat Quest 2 for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on October 24th. That's also on Apple Arcade.
Cool. Dusk Diver on PC, October 24th.
Go ahead and say the other one too for PS4 and Switch as well. See the one right under it.
Cool. Yes. Sorry. Dusk Diver also PS4 and Switch in the EU, going to be released October 25th.
That's Europe for anybody that's doesn't know.
The European Union, folks.
Yes. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, PC, PS4, and Xbox One on October 25th.
Hell yeah. Fallout Legacy Collection, PC.
So mad about this.
Only in the EU, October 25th.
I'm so mad about that.
That fucking sucks.
So, what the Legacy Collection is, let me go ahead and read to you what the Legacy Collection is. So, if I remember right, the Fallout Legacy Collection is Fallout 2, here it is, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition, and Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. So every single Fallout, basically. Besides, you see, they didn't throw 76 in there.
Yeah, we conveniently left that one
Yeah.
out. Which you should be able to get for free, to be honest with you.
Yeah, true. It should be a free to play at this point.
Exactly.
Killer Queen Black for Switch retail on October 25th.
Medieval PS4 October 25th.
That's a $30 remake. That's actually a very good price remake if anybody wants to get that one. The Outer Worlds PC, PS4, and Xbox One on October 25th. So far, before I've even played it, game of the year, because it's made by Obsidian, which is, if nobody knows, Fallout New Vegas creators and the original creators of Fallout. I'm sorry, Obsidian's not, but it's from the original creators of Fallout, and because some of the devs working on. But play this game. It's if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's there day one. Just let everybody know.
I'll be doing it on the Game Pass for sure.
So shall I.
Ooh.
A little topic talk here. Today, John, I want to talk about what games we would like to see on the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet release. There's never been a massive launch of games on the launch, obviously.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, kind of makes sense because people are just getting the hardware. They're just learning the hardware. So it makes sense. That's why you always see your better games in your mid-tier of the like 3 years in, 4 years in, or, you see better games like now. If I go back and look at Xbox One original Rise, an original launch, and look at something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey now, which is kind of the same kind of area of the game, like, I see a massive difference here. Let's talk about some stuff we want to see from PS5 and Xbox Scarlet. What games would you like to see? Let's start with PS5. Give me a PS5 like first party title you would like to see coming to there.
First party title. That's a good question. I mean, obviously have talked before about Silent Hill, but that's not necessarily a first party game. I would like to see the rebirth of that series on PlayStation for sure. As far as first party titles go, I mean, I'd like to see a new God of War. For sure.
You're going to get that. It's just not going to be this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming.
Oh yeah. You're 3-4 years out from that.
Yeah. They don't have the time to make all that. But maybe a good Final Fantasy.
That you
Final Fantasy.
Nah, well, technically you will get Final Fantasy VII Remake technically. In all technicality, you will get that. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 right now is the leaked one. That one's the big one for me. My wife actually asked me the other day what I would like for Christmas, and I told her nothing. Just let me save for these 2 new consoles. So this is basically what I'm doing. This is my Christmas present this year and next year. I get to save for these consoles without any complaints, which I won't get any complaints anyway. But still, I just wanted to throw that in there. But
nice.
That's going to be a. I'm hoping Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is the launch title. I might, since Naughty Dog. Well, and you know what, they won't be able to. With Last of Us Part 2 coming out, I would like to see Naughty Dog's next title be I know it's not, they're not going to be able to do it, but I would like to see a new Uncharted. They kind of proved with Lost Legacy that they don't need Nathan Drake to make Uncharted a better game. Or not a better game, but a good game. Lost Legacy was really good. I don't think anybody would have the Killzone license. I think Killzone's done.
Yeah.
Maybe a new Infamous, maybe a new Infamous. Second Son came out for the PS4, maybe.
I'd like to see a whole new IP, a whole new something that's really worth our time.
So would I. I agree with that, and they are very well known for their story-driven. I mean, Sony's known for their story-driven first-party titles. Yeah, I agree with that. I would like to see that as well. So Scarlet. I mean, of course, we know Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title. I think this one's going to go along with just brand new IP as well. I would like to see brand new IP since Microsoft's been buying all these new studios and making them their first party titles. I would like to see some new IPs just come in and be like, hey, let's here's this. Okay, green light, bam, go make it, and they go make it, and it ends up being a great game.
Xbox definitely needs some new IPs. I mean,
yes,
they all need new IPs, but Xbox needs exclusives.
Think about Xbox exclusives that are well known. I mean, Halo, Gears of War,
Yep.
Forza,
The series of games, like Quantum Break and shit like that.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like, oh yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like exclusives that were like that are always there.
Yeah.
Since the original, you've had Halo, Gears of War, and Forza. That's it. That I can think about. You know, Crackdown was another one. But Crackdown's not like a almost every couple year title.
That's true.
Crackdown took 10 years off for the title.
Is Dead Rising a Xbox exclusive too?
Yes. No.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, give me a second.
That's a good question. While you look that up, I actually have one specific game that I do want a new title for, which is Sunset Overdrive. I loved that game. It is just a fucking blast and a half to play with the music and the mixture of the old skating games and a shooter at the same time. That whole thing is a fucking blast.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. I loved the game.
No, I'm saying no, Dead Rising was not.
Oh, Dead Rising was not. Okay.
No. Yes, Sunset Overdrive was a great game.
And unfortunately, it took me until they released it for free with Games with Gold before I got to experience it for the first time. And immediately I was like, this game is fucking awesome. I played it from start to finish.
It reminded me so much of Jet Set Radio Future, which was one of my favorites. I love me some Jet Set Radio, Jet Grind Radio, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Dreamcast, I think.
Yep. I played mine on my original Xbox, but yeah, I love that game. But the no, Dead Rising was not a exclusive. But the thing of the crappy part about your Sunset Overdrive future is
it doesn't have one.
Well, no, it doesn't, because Insomniac was bought by Sony. So, yeah, I mean, they own that IP. You actually could get one. You probably have to play it on PS4.
I'm honestly okay with that.
Oh, yeah, I would be too. That's what I'm saying. If you do get one, that might be where you have to play it. But that's if we do. I just don't think Insomniac is now the Spider-Man studio. I don't think we're getting Sunset Overdrive out of them. I really don't. It sucks, but I don't think we will.
I mean, it's just such a great merger of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and a shooter.
You're taking me back here, man.
I know, man. I just love that game so much.
You know what I want? If I can have anything right now, I want Activision to go out and make a brand new, great Tony Hawk game. Make a brand new Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6 and make it amazing, because
that's not cheap and cheesy like they fucking do now.
But god damn it, it'd be so good, dude. If you could make a good skateboard game, you know how many people you would love. I mean, look at how many people want Skate 3 from EA. Every time you see the EA post something about Apex or something, people in the comments, Skate 3, Skate 3, Skate 3, Skate 3, because that's all they want. They want Skate 3.
Or a reimagined Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Oh,
man,
my God.
That was like, of skateboard games, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was the best game of all time.
Yes, and I love that. And then I love Matt Hoffman BMX. Matt Hoffman BMX was my shit.
Matt Hoffman BMX. I didn't even like Dave Mears as much.
I like Dave Mears, but Matt Hoffman's was the shit. Boy, I love that.
I like Dave Mears, but Matt Hoffman's was way better, and I've always loved Matt Hoffman too. So fuck yeah.
What was the there it is. I found it. I played this when I was a kid so much. The Razor Freestyle Scooter game.
Oh fucking Christ!
Oh my God, I love this game. I just found it. I'm gonna play it when we get off here. But it was on PS1, man, and it was your scooter. You had your scooter, man. You could just do tricks on it. It was fucking banging. I loved this. I loved it.
There was a PS1 skater game. I think it was just called Skate or Die, or it was Thrasher.
Say Skate or Die was NES.
No, well fuck, I wish I could remember. It was a Thrasher game, maybe. Oh, now I gotta look it up.
PS1?
Right.
Yeah,
PS1.
Thrasher Skate and Destroy.
Skate and Destroy, that's what it was. That game was a realistic skateboard game, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Me and my friends played for hours just trying to get it right, but it was so fucking hard. You couldn't even do a kickflip. You just fuck it up every time. But it was basically a battle to see who could get a kickflip first.
So the other night, I hopped on my wonderful EverDrive over here in my 64 and played some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. And I did a 900 with Tony Hawk and landed it the first time. And I got
Awesome.
and never landed it again, but I was so excited because I did it, and I still remembered it. I could still my muscle memory remembered buttons, and it was like, oh yes, this is wonderful.
Isn't that great? You start playing a
Yeah.
game and you start remembering cheat codes or some shit.
Oh, dude.
Well, I did that with like Grand Theft Auto Vice City and a few other games, like up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, A, B,
Hey,
all that bullshit.
you never know, man. You always got to remember up, down, left, right, BA start.
BA start, for sure, man.
Old Konami code, man. You never forget it. And once you got it, you never forget it.
Exactly.
Damn it, but that's a really good title. I should make this title that.
What?
Which one do you like better? Do you like the Konami code? Do you like the up, down, left, right, BA start, or do you like America? What did I say?
America.
What
Wave
is
your flags and smoke your weed or some shit.
Wave our flags and smoke our weed. I forgot. Which one do you like better?
That's hard.
I know.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards
I'll tell you what.
down, BA start.
I'll tell you what. I'm up, down. You're America. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Rock,
One,
paper.
two, scissors.
Shh, I got this. I got this.
Okay.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you got one. All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, we're behind. So there was latency there. You won, so it's America. Fuck it. Which one do we want? Here.
America cheat codes. There we go.
Bam. Got it.
America cheat codes.
America Konami code.
Or we could just call it ChinaGate.
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 I like it. That's what it is. It's going to be called ChinaGate.
ChinaGate.
ChinaGate is now the title of this episode. Wonderful. All right. So, guys, I think that's going to really do it for us here at the ADHD Gamer. Remember, guys, you can check us out on Jonathan. Would you give me some points, please? Would you point, please?
Yeah.
Top one. Nope. There you go. Check us out on Facebook, guys. Always at the ADHD Gamer Podcast. Go down. YouTube. Remember, it's not ADHD Gamer Podcast, but you can search for ADHD Gamer Podcast, and you will find us. Next.
Absolutely.
We are ADHD Gamer Podcast on Instagram, though, so you can check us out there. And then you can always listen to us in the audio form on podcast services all over the world. Oh, my God, we got this.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my God, this is wonderful. So, guys,
awesome.
All right, guys. Well, John, you got anything else you want to say? You got anything you want to plug? Anything?
No, man, that's it. Thank you, ADHD gamers, for listening. Appreciate you guys watching every week. And we hope to give you some more content real soon.
All right, guys. We want to thank y'all for watching again. This wonderful episode number 18 of the ADHD Gamer. We will see you guys next week and have a wonderful week. Peace.